Is the Mass 33, and today I just wanted to do a quick video on two types of well, these two are Super Giants, but two types of morphs that a lot of people at first glance really can't tell the difference. On my left I have what you call a super hypo tangerine carrot tail baldy. Okay, difference is you can look at that tail. A lot of the times there's different little things in the eyes. Let me turn around. Leopard geckos sometimes don't want to cooperate. I'm doing the video outside so you guys can actually see. See if I can get this to focus. Look at the eyes. See that? Now, I'm gonna put her inside, and then alright, you hear that noise? Leopard geckos do make noises. And then look at that. Here's another Super Giant Sunglow. Again, the eyes. You can tell big time by the eyes. These look like they're smiling, huh? But that's a major difference there. The eyes and the tail. I specifically picked this girl because some of them, anytime a line bred gecko is bred the correct way, especially in the Sunglow project, you'll see real clean sunglows where they don't have any kind of patterns or something like that on their back. But this female had a weird little pattern there. She fit the qualifications and characteristics that I needed, such as the super giant form of a leopard gecko. Also the color, the brightness. I just killed the mosquito. Sorry. The brightness. And the fact that she's pretty much an albino. This particular female has also the raptor gene, which is really cool. It's a nice little cool gene to work with. Okay. You can really see the difference between these two. These two girls are going to be used in my in my project this season coming up for Super Giants. I'm pretty much going to retire the female down here, and she'll be sold to I forget the lady's name. Give me 1 second. She's going to be sold to a lady in I think she's in California, if I'm not mistaken. But I just wanted to show everybody this real quick. You can really see the difference in the eyeballs. Here, hold on. As you can tell, both these girls are so used to being handled that they're not like going crazy on me. Okay. You see how she was licking her? Okay. Just licking her to make sure she's okay. They're okay anyways, but go ahead, do, sweetie. That's a Super Giant super hypo tangerine carrot tail baldy. The reason baldy is because she doesn't have any of the markings on the head. And this is a Sunglow. Okay, so to some people, and the reason I bring this up is because I happened to come across a gentleman who was sold supposedly a Sunglow, and so they told me, yeah, I'll just bring it in, and you tell me, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So at the shop we didn't have any Sunglows, so I ended up saying, oh, I got some sunglows at the house and I'll make a quick video, and this is what a sunglow looks like compared to a super hypotangerine carrot tail baldy. It's really the eyes. Look at that. See the eyes, guys? That's what you look after, okay? And he ended up getting a super hypotangerine carrot tail baldy. I know it's a mouthful, but that's what they ended up selling on him compared to a sunglow. And he paid top dollar, man, so it breaks my heart. I actually know this person who sold it to them, and this is what I'm saying is the leopard gecko world is really cool, man, the reptile world, but there's so many shady people just real quick to make a buck, and they really don't care about the person. Then if you go out and say, hey man, I got done dirty by that person, it's like they have a team of people who just come down on you and stuff like that. But I mean, come on now, if you sold the gecko to be something and then you got something else, it breaks. Look what you're doing to that person, man. You don't know if they're want to be future breeders or just wanted actually that pet because they seen it in another video or at a reptile convention. Well, that wouldn't know because you would know the difference. But you know, just a person who wanted something spectacular and sold something else, and kind of heartbreaking. But I said I'll make the video. Don't comment on it. Just watch it. I'll send it to you directly, and you'll know the difference. And now this person wants to buy geckos from me, which is cool. But I actually sell geckos and make you fill out a form before I sell them. Only because I want to know that when you got that gecko, it was in perfect health. So that's something I'm doing. I really think everybody should be doing that. Therefore, you have a documentation as a purchaser of that animal being in perfect health, and say the animal dies and you had everything perfect, like your setup was perfect, you did a video on your setup. This is another thing I'm doing for people who I sell a gecko to. You have to show me. I'm not gonna be, this isn't a, I'm not trying to get rich or do anything selling animals. Like, it's just a hobby. Will I be one of the biggest super giant breeders in the world? Yes. That's my whole goal, my whole purpose of doing this since the beginning. If you watch my first videos, that's all I ever wanted to do. I was inspired by a gentleman. Actually, I was inspired by quite a few people. And then I came across Mr. Ron Trumper himself, what a classy guy. But I really wanted to just do things a little different, just so people would know. It just breaks my heart. You know, people should do more research for sure, but there is a lot of people who just want to house the animal just the right way, and they just want one animal. That's it. They just want one animal. And eventually, 2 or 3 or 5 years down the road, they'll buy another one. You know, I don't know why, but certain people think that reptiles are lonely, so they buy them a companion, which is a no-no. A lot of animals, especially in the reptile world, they're solitary animals. They don't prefer another friend or something like that. They will fight for food. Sometimes they will fight for territory. Sometimes males don't like each other. Have I seen males grow up together? Absolutely. Yeah. There's always a little, nothing is ever written in stone in the reptile world. But one thing I know for sure is that it's a no-no in our world. Also, having multiple different types of species of animals in one giant, terrarium. Can it happen and they never fight? I've seen it happen. Is it something that everyone should do? I don't think so. It's never cool to cross different species to live together. Like, it's not cool. They all have specific temperatures they have to be at. So remember, we're always trying to manipulate what they are in the wild, you know. And just 90 degrees doesn't do it for every animal. You feel me? You can't do that for a croc skink. You can't do that for an amphibian. You know what I mean? It just ain't happening. But that's a rule of thumb. But I did want to show you guys this. You know, some people just want pets. That's all they want. They just want a pet because they know they live very long, And you know, while you're doing your homework or something, you put your little gecko on your keyboard, and they just sit there and just close their eyes and chill. Like a lot of these animals, once they get used to you, man, they're so chill, man. And I think that's the reason one of the super giants have become so popular. It's because of the fact that they can sit on your hand for a long time. They can literally sit on your hand for a long time. You know, they don't mind being held. Now some of them are squirmy. I've seen that, but you just have to work with that animal. Because I've seen them give up on that animal, trade it for another one, and then a year later, you know, come across that animal and be like, "How'd you get it to stay still?" It's called handling and keeping it stress-free. Yeah, so one thing I want to advise people: the lower the stress, the better for the animal. So get the setup right the first time. You know, make sure you get your your two hides, your warm hide, your humid hide. Make sure you get your little cap of vitamins. You know, the higher quality the vitamins, the better. Get yourself some spring water because that's what I do. I use reverse osmosis. Get yourself, you know, no sand for your substrate. What else? No lights. Maybe a infrared 25-watt red bulb in order to so you can see them hunt at night. You know, if you're throwing crickets in there as a pet. Things like that. These are the things you need to watch for. Make sure your temps are right. Make sure that warm side is 90 degrees, no higher, no lower. 90 degrees. I can't stress that anymore. Okay? Get your setup right. And once you get that correct, then come holler at me. This is the Mass 33. I'm out.